A new Wordle puzzle is online. Click on the link to play.
Listening to the following video may give you clues. Please like and share the videos.
Kourtney Kardashian's daughter in tears over mom and Travis's engagement. In the clip below, Kourtney Kardashian's daughter Penelope begins crying on the phone.
Kim then asks why she's crying and she hangs up. Halo compares Penelope's reaction to her sisters and Caitlyn Jenner's reactions to their marriages.
Penelope, of course, is not crying over her mother and father's engagement. Penelope Disick's reaction to Kourtney's engagement.
When her mother, Kourtney Kardashian, announced her engagement to Travis Barker, Penelope Disick cried and then promptly hung up on her. Kourtney then called Penelope, explaining that she didn't want the children to find out on the internet.
As Penelope cried, Kourtney reassured her that her kids are safe. Rain Kardashian and Mason Kardashian did not pick up the phone when Kourtney called to tell them the news.
The news about Kourtney's engagement made headlines across the world, and Penelope Disick's response to it was just as polarizing. Whether she had been excited or devastated by the news, Penelope cried on the phone as soon as she heard it over FaceTime.
"I was numb and couldn't stand it," she explained to Kourtney, while telling her that she was sorry to be a part of this event. The news broke out a few days ago, and Penelope Disick's reaction to the news is not a pretty one.
The news came at a time when Kourtney Kardashian's engagement to Travis Barker was still fresh in her mind. Scott Disick, Kourtney's ex, was not in attendance, and it's unclear if he was aware of the proposal or even had a reaction.
In addition to Khloe Kardashian's reaction to Kourtney's engagement, Penelope Disick revealed that Scott had been told about the engagement. Khloe said Scott had been concerned that Kourtney wouldn't invite the children.
She said that she wasn't able to coordinate all the children to the party, which was held in Montecito, Calif, an hour away. But if her kids had attended the engagement party, she'd agree with her.
Penelope's reaction to her mother's proposal. Kourtney Kardashian's response to her daughter Penelope's engagement to Travis Barker was a mixed bag.
While Kourtney did not want to reveal the news on the internet, she felt it best to tell her daughter over the phone. Penelope cried when she learned of the engagement, but her younger brother seemed to be thrilled.
The proposal surprised Kourtney, who had initially felt the news was too soon for the kids. After Kourtney announced the news to the cameras, Penelope was heard crying in the background of the call.
She also revealed that her children didn't understand why they weren't invited. After hearing the news, Penelope's mother took to FaceTime to call the children and explain the news to her daughter.
Penelope was extremely upset when she heard the news, but told her sister to hang up. Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker surprised their children by proposing to each other.
Penelope was not at the engagement party, but she was called by Kourtney to let them know. Kourtney and Travis shared the news with her children, and their reaction to the engagement was surprisingly emotional.
She cried so much that she hung up on Kourtney. Khloe Kardashian tried to defuse the situation by announcing that she was accepting Travis's proposal.
Khloe Kardashian and Scott Disick, who have 3 children together, were surprised and didn't attend the engagement party. They have 3 children together, and the couple was planning to marry in the near future.
Kourtney and Travis also had a baby together in September. Penelope Kardashian's reaction to her mother's proposal will definitely make you cringe.
Penelope's reaction to the engagement. While the entire family was at Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Jenner's proposal, the kids weren't present.
Penelope was on the phone with her mom during the announcement on FaceTime and was clearly emotional. She even told the reality star, "Hang up," before the call ended.
Kris Jenner should have invited the kids to the engagement. Penelope Kardashian's reaction to her mom and Travis' engagement is a heartbreaking one, especially when it comes to her mother.
Penelope Kardashian's reaction to her mom and Travis's engagement was a classic example of an emotional outburst. The eldest Kardashian child started crying immediately, asking her mom to hang up.
It was the same with her younger sister, Rain. Rain and Mason didn't seem too upset either.
Penelope, however, seemed to be more upset by the news. Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker were rumored to be dating when it came to their kids.
They were intimate, but they got engaged in October 2021. Travis proposed at a Montecito, California, beachfront hotel.
The engagement was very much a surprise for everyone, especially Penelope. Kourtney's children were not invited to the dinner, and neither were Scott Disick.
While the news of Kourtney and Travis' engagement was shocking to many fans, Penelope's reaction was even more surprising. After all, the reality star did not tell her children about the engagement, and they were a little confused.
She was even surprised that her ex-husband, Scott Disick, was not at the event to celebrate with her new husband. Apparently, she was too busy with the kids to see the wedding.
Penelope's reaction to the proposal. Following Kourtney and Travis's engagement, fans were left wondering what Penelope Kardashian's reaction to Travis Jenner's proposal was.
Kris Jenner explained that the kids were too young to attend the celebrations, and she didn't want to lie about it. Nonetheless, the news was too much for Penelope to bear.
After hearing about the proposal over FaceTime, she broke down in tears. Afterwards, she called her children to tell them about the news.
The news of the engagement has caused a flurry of emotions for the family. Kourtney Kardashian and Penelope Disick both cried, and the kids have expressed their dismay.
Khloe Kardashian even went so far as to tell her sister Penelope to remain calm about the news. While Kourtney and Mason did not pick up the phone, Penelope's sister Khloe has shared how she has consoled her daughter.
She also called Mason, who didn't pick up the phone. Kris Jenner also admitted that she should have invited her kids to the surprise proposal.
She felt that the children weren't old enough to understand the significance of the proposal. Penelope was so emotional that she cried the entire time on the phone.
But she wasn't able to stop herself from crying and finally hang up the phone. Apparently, Penelope Kardashian's mom wasn't able to make it to the engagement, so she FaceTimed her kids.
Kourtney Kardashian's daughter Kourtney didn't make it to the engagement. However, she was able to FaceTime her children shortly after accepting Travis's proposal.
Kourtney's stepdaughter Atiana and her stepson Carl also went to the event. But the real story behind the engagement is much more interesting.